It's Tuesday, 25th of October, 2022. It's been a little while since I've just recorded me talking with no restriction on time, and I'm not having to hurry or really pay attention to whatever it is I'm trying to say, and keep it brief, which is very difficult for me, keeping it under a minute. It was a fun experiment. I like it, I think, but I'm just not sure. And it's like, as I do more writing for it than I do for this, where I just talk, and I don't have to worry about anybody paying attention or listening, because no one does. Unless I just randomly say something, or it picks up a good photo or something for the thumbnail, and that attracts attention, and then people like click on it, and then they get me just talking at myself and just saying whatever it is I say. So I don't get many views, and I don't know how much I really care. It's just, this is for a record, for posterity, to let myself know what was going on for me at the time, and how I thought about it, and what I felt about it, what I felt about how I thought, and what I thought about how I felt, past, present, future, all that tense. So anyway, I guess work's been going okay. The run has been going okay. And I have thought of a lot of different topics to talk about. And I have my notes. One of the ones that I like the best right now is about how romance is not dead. It's just tired, to borrow a phrase. So, and let's see, I'm at about mile 762 right now of the 1,000-mile run. So that's coming along, because I did 160 miles in September, and I said I was not going to try to match or compete with myself and try to repeat, September's miles in October. And with travel, and then also just taking a break because of cold, I've just managed to get 100 miles for October, and got a week left. So I'll be happy if I get to 120. And so I'll already be like getting, closer, and I may or may not get to 1,000 miles before the end of the year. But I have until April 2nd. That was the original goal. And so if I get it done before the end of the year, that's great. But if I still have 50 miles left to go in the last 3 months, and I just have a couple runs to worry about putting in on warm days in January or February or March even, I doubt it'll take me that long. But who knows? We'll see. I'm not stressing out over it. The most important thing is not to hurt myself in the process, because that'll just, I'd hate that. So I'm just trying to run responsibly, and also never minding about all the little things that don't even matter in the first place. Though I did find it very illuminating that one of the categories that my channel picks up on is ASMR, which I'm not even sure what that stands for, but it's that way of talking that people really tune into for just the sound of someone's voice speaking, and a soothing way. And I know that I get that. It's something nice to fall asleep to, because I'm always, when I'm perusing and interviewing my own channels that I watch, I think about, it's like, could I fall asleep to that? Yeah, and I many times do. And I do have a few favorites that I'm just so used to the way they talk, and how I don't have to worry about them yelling or making really loud sounds for no reason. They are, they are themselves, and they talk, and they, They just comment on whatever they're commenting on. And I trust them to provide a safe sleeping environment. And most of the time I fall asleep within a few minutes. And then I wake up and it's like, I have no idea what that video was about even. So I have to watch it again while I'm awake, sometimes. But they get a view, and it goes to the end of the video, so they get credit for an entire view, with me not really even paying attention. So, but I don't have that problem on my videos. People, it shows, like, if I have a half an hour long video of me talking, it shows like 30 seconds viewed, a minute viewed is common. Most people just click. Within about 15 seconds, they are not immediately entertained, so they go away, because I'm not being entertaining. And I don't know what most people are looking for, but that's what they're looking for. They're looking for that something catchy, something quick, something they can really latch onto, and it's like, I'm supposed to be laughing now. This is supposed to be, I don't do that. So this is a very low octane spoken word, audio commentary, digestive journal. And I did think that, and I have permission to, so it's okay. Don't worry about it. If you want to tune out right now, you can. So, one thing I did want to mention to myself was about how I must have given off the impression, or my mother just assumed, because that's what she wanted to believe. So what I was saying, I never said anything of the sort, but she just went ahead and leapt to assumptions that that's what I must have meant, because that's what she wanted to be true. Because if it was true, it would mean that I could be more for her and be, less attached to my life here, and more easily coerced and convinced and manipulated into moving back there. And so when she found out this past Sunday, when we had a really good conversation, I didn't let myself I asked the right questions, led the conversation in just the right way, or in a sort of way that was more productive, and facilitated a better conversation. I can't repeat it. I don't know what I said, but it turned out okay. But I mentioned how, the Wednesday night meeting that I go to, how the guy is going in for surgery, and I'll be covering for the secretary position for that, after having secretary that meeting for a couple years. And then also the same week, this upcoming Wednesday and this upcoming Thursday, the guy that's secretarying that meeting now, because I secretaried that meeting for a couple years as well, his wife is due for giving birth and to their second child. And so he most likely is not going to be available. He will be, doing the whole father thing or husband thing. And I hope so. He should be there, unless he needs a break. And then he's more than welcome to, because I have no experience with, being a parent or being a responsible friend, I guess. Being there for loved ones or unloved ones at a time like that. I don't know. It's outside my wheelhouse, outside my experience, my emotional experience, my emotional intelligence, my life experience, my life intelligence. I have not really had your standard life. I've had the one that I've had. So, the autistic experience. And at least I know I'm getting it right. I'm getting the full autistic experience, not as advertised. Because no one can tell anyone else what that's about and what it's like. But when I look at people talking about stuff on online groups, it's like, yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. So I feel represented. I feel uh, heard, even though I don't really participate very much or contribute. I feel like there's enough people that are supportive and um, in the community to say exactly what I would say. And I just, leave my little notes here and there. But I don't participate much in the conversation because it feels like it's already being said, and I just, support that. So, and then as far as the, recovery from recovery, the Wednesday and Thursday night meetings are the only ones I'm going to anymore. I just don't feel. I could go to more, but especially the Tuesday night, I know that I'm wanted because that meeting is kind of fading away. It it had a prestige at one time. I forget what the word is. I'm thinking of the movie 1408, where Samuel L. Jackson's character is talking about how the hotel doesn't have as some other hotel. I can't think of the word, though. Kind of like prestige, though. Like the ritziness, the heritage, the panache, cachet, the cachet of the Carlisle. I know that the Dolphin doesn't have the same cachet as the Carlisle. Right? That's the line. And it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. And Samuel L. Jackson's character, even though it's a very small character in the movie, I think it was a bigger character in the book. Or the short story, the novelette, which I read, which is also very good. Better than the movie. But John Cusack did a really good job, too. So, anyway. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, meetings. So, I get a hard time about not being a better alcoholic in recovery. And I'm starting to realize that I'm probably was never or am not an alcoholic, like how people tend to think of alcoholics. I did have a major, major problem with alcohol abuse, and it was everything I did and always on my mind, and it nearly killed me. And well, actually, it kind of did. But if that's not an alcoholic, if you're supposed to have like really, really struggling with wanting to drink and stopping yourself, and it's only that meetings and sponsorship, and that's the only thing that's keeping you. I don't know. I don't know exactly how recovery is supposed to be working as intended, but I used it, and I discovered a life worth living that does not require drinking myself to death, or even wanting to, or So, I don't know. I can't give it away. I can't describe it. I can't explain it. Just like I couldn't explain my drinking if somebody was so bold and brash and daring to ask me any sort of question. I would have protected, I would have defended, I would have gotten rid of them very quickly. Or made it so that they just didn't want to interact with me anymore. Or just hid from them. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how I used to do everything. There was a lot of persecution and hiding and not wanting to interact with people. So it's kind of like just like now, where it's like that's what I do now, just without all the alcohol involved. So I don't know how much progress it is, but hey, I can talk now. I've got a voice. I can use it. I can actually carry on conversations. I'm not really well liked. And that's probably a good thing. because I don't know how to talk to people. So the less people that think I'm a cool person and want to talk to me, because I just don't find too many people all that interesting, and I want to talk to them. So anyway, maybe I'm just a jerk. It's possible. It's likely. So, and I guess the other thing that's on my mind right now is I repotted the Norfolk Island pine recently, and I was a little worried there for a couple days because it looked like it was starting to dry up a little bit, and maybe the top shoot that was growing and hadn't been growing, now it stopped. I thought it was going to be, making another tier at the top. But it kind of held at its position. So I'm not sure what it's going to do. It might just be done for the season, and it'll pick up where it left off next season. I don't know. But it seems like it's, adapted to the new soil and the new pot. It did seem like it got stressed out a little bit. But overall, I think it is going to be okay. But that is probably the last repotting that this thing is going to get. I can't handle it anymore. I had to tip it over and pour the whole tree out while protecting the branches as best I could, supporting it. While I dumped it out onto the floor, onto a trash bag that I had split open to make a big tarp. And then this is a big ceramic pot. Literally, it's like this. It's huge. So, and it's a nice, I don't know, I was expecting it to make some sort of, anyway. So, I was a little worried about making a longer video today because it's been a while since I've made a longer video where I just talk at myself. And I was like, how do I do that again? I've forgotten a little bit. I just start talking and then see what happens. I guess the other thing is Libra season is over. We are now into Scorpio season, and I still don't know what's going on. And I don't think much of anything's going on, but I could read into anything. And I really want to, but then I'd just be guilty of doing what I hate it when other people do to me. They make assumptions, they assign feelings, assign thoughts, project thoughts, attribute things to me, on me, that don't exist. I don't know where they get the idea. So I can only just, hey, if she's not talking to me, if she's not directly writing to me, calling me out, she could be talking about anyone, anywhere, anytime, anything. And where do I, how do I figure that it could even be about me? So even if I could read it, it's like, oh, well, I could read it this way, and it somehow, means something different. Or I could read it as, yeah, it's just creative writing, artistic expression, poetic license. So it doesn't mean that anything's for me, to me, or about me. And I can feel however it is I wish to or want to, even though it is really inconvenient and it tends to hurt my own feelings. And I just don't know. But I just kind of, it's like I'm here, but so anyway, I guess that's all I got. I didn't really have much to say in the beginning, but it took me a while anyway. And I'll probably still play around with the shorts format, just because it is kind of interesting to try to give my thoughts in brief. And it is also kind of interesting to see how the anonymous public respond. like what gets attention, what doesn't get attention, what gets views, what doesn't get views. Apparently the thumbnail and the title make a big, big difference. And a lot of times the camera that I'm working with, it just picks out an unflattering picture. And I've tried to change the thumbnails manually, but it doesn't seem like it takes very well. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. So anyway, I'm working on it. Life in progress, work in progress. And I don't know. This is what I'm doing with immortality? Apparently. So, anyway, I'm going to go now. Until next time.